As you move into this process, let's take a moment to recognize how this could unfold. The way it moves, flows, how it shifts. And as you begin to think about it, imagine just for a moment the way you're naturally drawn to help others uncover the answers that have always been there, right in front of them. When you hold a space for someone, there's a subtle but profound thing that happens. You can sense their hesitation, feel their resistance, and notice the patterns. But you also know those patterns, those hesitations, they're just that, patterns. And patterns can be changed, shifted, and redirected. Isn't it fascinating how, as soon as they feel safe enough, they can begin to question those very patterns? And you, by simply holding the space, by staying grounded, calm, confident, unshakable, you help them find their own way. It's like a gentle breeze nudging them forward, encouraging them to ask the very questions they've been avoiding, even without knowing it. Have you noticed how, when people are shown they can ask themselves questions they've been too afraid to ask, the answers seem to emerge naturally, as if they've been waiting for that one moment of permission to allow the truth to surface. It's a powerful thing, really. They begin to ask themselves, what if I'm stronger than I thought? Or what if my mind holds the keys to the very thing I've been looking for? As they realize these answers lie within, there's a shift, a real shift, as the wheels begin to turn, and they start to see their challenges from an entirely different perspective. And think about this for a moment. When someone begins to see their problems, their limitations from a different perspective, doesn't it almost feel like the energy in the room changes? Like the stuck thoughts and emotions start to move. It's as though they've unlocked something inside themselves. And now the process can begin almost effortlessly, as though it was always there, just waiting for the right moment. And in this space, the most remarkable thing happens. You, by just remaining calm and confident, help them begin to see the simple truth. They have the resources to solve their own problems. As you guide them gently towards that realization, you're not pushing them. You're inviting them to push through their own blocks. The self-correcting mechanisms inside them, the ones that have always been there, they start to come online automatically without force. You've helped them to initiate a process they already knew how to do. Doesn't it feel natural that once you get them questioning their own beliefs, once they start seeing their own flaws in their logic, the whole thing just starts to unravel, slowly at first, like a thread pulling at the very fabric of their old beliefs. But with each step, the way forward becomes clearer. They begin to see themselves and their experiences with fresh eyes. And as they ask themselves the right questions, they can begin to feel the power of their own answers. And as you hold space for them, calm, grounded, present, the power of those moments deepens. The more confident you are in your own presence, the more they can trust in the process, the more they can trust in themselves. And how fascinating is it that you don't even need to know exactly what's going to happen, because the moment you get them questioning, they start discovering the answers. Isn't that incredible? You see, it's like this. Once they begin to see their own flaws in their reasoning, the self-correcting mechanisms kick in. It happens naturally, as if it's always been there, ready to activate at the perfect moment. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need to do it for them. You don't have to worry about messing up, because you can't mess it up. All you need to do is help them to start asking the questions, and they'll naturally begin to shift. It's almost like you're holding up a mirror, and in that reflection, they see their own strength, their own resilience, their own answers. And from that, they begin to break free from their self-imposed limits, discovering just how much more power they've always had within them. So imagine just for a moment how it feels to stand in that space, calm, confident, unshakable, knowing you're holding a space where transformation is happening. Even if you don't see it all at once, you don't need to see the change immediately, because you know deep down that it's already happening. It's unfolding right now. Isn't it remarkable that when people start to see themselves from a new perspective, everything starts to change? Every question they ask becomes a stepping stone towards their own answers. And in this process, you're not doing the work for them. You're just creating the conditions for them to step into their own power. Think about that for a moment. How amazing it is that all you need to do is stay present, stay grounded, and remain sure of yourself, and the rest falls into place. They find the truth within themselves, the self-correcting mechanisms that have always been there. So as you hold this space for them, remember, you're not doing anything more than guiding them to their own breakthroughs, gently encouraging them to take the first step. You're showing them how to see their own strength, their own wisdom. And the more you stay present, the more they can move through their fears, break through their limitations, and realize their potential.